Okay, Brscketology from the latest Brscketology. This is my picks for the bracket if it does happen. Gonzaga's beating Quinnipiac. It doesn't matter. They're going to kill them. Like, Gonzaga's not losing to a 16 seed. Gonzaga's just too good. Marquette and Illinois. Give me Marquette. They've been falling off lately, but I still think they beat Illinois. Illinois is good, though, but not good enough to beat Marquette. New Mexico State and Colorado. I know nothing about New Mexico State, so I'm taking Colorado. Louisville and Wright State. I'm going with Louisville. Creighton, Northern Iowa. I'm taking Northern Iowa. Oregon and Winthrop. I'm taking Oregon. Penn State and St. Mary's. I'm taking St. Mary's. And San Diego State, I think, beats South Dakota. And then the Midwest region. Wait for it to load. Butler versus the winner of Grambling and UC Riverside. I think UC Riverside wins, but gets blown up. At Butler. Indiana and BYU. Indiana is really good. I got them beating BYU. Ohio State versus the winner of Virginia and Georgetown. I think Georgetown beats Virginia and gets blown out by Ohio State. And Kentucky may have lost to South Carolina, but I'm still taking them to beat Stony Brook. Then VCU, I think, beats Xavier and then beats Arkansas. Michigan State beats Western Carolina. Memphis beats Purdue. Kansas beats Murray State. Though Memphis is kind of starting to fall off. And, well, Purdue just beat the ever-living heck out of Michigan State. Purdue should be a 9th seed. Moving on, Duke in the East region, we got Duke beating the winner of Norfolk State and Robert Morris. I think it's going to be Robert Morris. No explanation needed. Duke's the best team in the country. Then you got LSU versus Houston. Houston, go Tigers. Famous words of Ed Orgeron, go Tigers. I got LSU. Greensboro, we got Nova beating Akron and then Maryland beating William and Mary. Here's an upset. I got Oklahoma beating Michigan. Michigan's not a good team. They just lost to Minnesota for crying out loud. Yeesh. Then I got Dayton beating Montana. I got Florida beating Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin's that good, even though they beat Penn State and Ohio State on the road. I still think Wisconsin's top 10 in the Big Ten, but not top 5 or top 6. And West Virginia's beating Charlotte. Then we got Baylor beating Princeton, Stanford beating Rutgers. We got Rutgers beating Stanford. Rutgers beat a team that beat Duke and Stephen F. Austin. Rutgers beat Stephen F. Austin, who might actually make the tournament. Wichita State and Duquesne. I'm going with Duquesne. Duquesne's good, but Wichita State, I only know that they have one loss. Then I'm going with the Seton Hall Pirates. I know a lot about them. Miles Powell's the most underrated player in the country. I don't see how that changes. Then we got in Tampa. I'm hopefully going to go to a tournament game in Tampa. Arizona, I think. I got Liberty beating Arizona with that good team Arizona has. Okay, then, so moving on back. Sorry about that, my dad came in. I got Liberty beating Arizona. I got my Florida State Seminoles beating Georgia State. It'll be a close one. I don't like this matchup. Give me Florida State, though. I think Texas Tech beats Iowa. Auburn's beating Nichols. Auburn's undefeated, and Auburn's been really good this year. Back to the West. Gonzaga and Marquette. I'm going with Gonzaga. Colorado and Louisville. Louisville's overrated. Louisville's big overrated. So believe it or not, I'm going with the Buffs of Colorado to beat the Louisville Cardinals. Then I'm going with Oregon to beat Northern Iowa. Then I'm going with an upset. I'm going with the Penn State Nittany Lions to beat San Diego State. Penn State's just played better teams than San Diego State has, which is why I'm taking that upset. Back to the Midwest, I got Indiana upsetting Butler. Indiana beat Florida State and Ohio State. Indiana's the real deal. They're really good. Ohio State, I think, it's Kentucky again. I just think Ohio State will be better in the tournament. I think Ohio State will be really good in the tournament. Call me crazy. I'm going with VCU to upset Michigan State. I think VCU's good. They're for real. They won at LSU, who beat Liberty. VCU's for real. VCU can go on a run in the tournament. I got Memphis beating Purdue. I got Kansas beating Memphis. Now in the Midwest region until my Elite Eight predictions. Now to the East, Duke's beating LSU. I got Nova beating Maryland. I got Dayton beating Oklahoma. I got Florida Yes, give me the Florida Gators to beat West Virginia. I think Florida will get better as the season goes on, and I think Florida will make a run in the tournament too. I'm going with Baylor to beat Rutgers. I'm going with Seton Hall to beat Duquesne. I don't like the matchup. I got Florida State over Liberty, and I got Auburn over Texas Tech. Then the Elite Eight. If they'll load for a bit, I'm not interested in Stanford. Then the Elite Eight, we got Gonzaga beating Colorado, and then I got Oregon sadly beating Penn State. Midwest region. I got Ohio State beating Indiana. I got Kansas beating VCU. And in the East region, I got Duke beating Nova, and I got Florida. Yes, give me the Gators to beat Dayton. I think Florida is going to go on a run in the tournament. Amen. Then in the South region, I'm going with Miles Powell and the Seton Hall Pirates to upset Baylor. Then I'm going with Auburn to beat Florida State. Unfortunately, I think Florida State will go to the Sweet 16 at best if they're in this region because Auburn is there too, and I don't care about Duquesne. And then the Elite Eight, I got Gonzaga beating Oregon again by 1 point in overtime again. And that would be painful to Oregon fans. Then I got Ohio State beating Kansas. Then I got Duke beating Florida. I think Florida's going to come to an end. And then, believe it or not, I'm going with Miles Powell and the Seton Hall Pirates. It's to beat Auburn. And the Final Four, I got Ohio State beating Gonzaga, and then I got Duke over Seton Hall, and then I got Duke beating Ohio State in the national title game. That'll do it. Peace!